All right, everybody, what's going on? It is late, much later than I usually upload, but I got sidetracked. I got pulled into some stuff, and I just didn't get around to making this video until now, so my bad, but it's not too big of a deal. Want to go ahead and get this last video out. Receivers, we're into the late fifth round now, and we're starting with Eli Heidenreich. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, Heidenreich, but he's the Navy guy. Kind of stands out in this class a little bit. 23 years old. He's more or less average sized or so for a receiver these days, but he's got super short arms. It's not totally clear what he is. Some people think he's a running back. Some people think that he's a fullback. I think that there are some people out there who think maybe he's a slot receiver. It's not entirely clear. So your mileage may vary on whether or not this guy is even a receiver. Ran a 4.44, so he's actually pretty fast. Decent acceleration. Not a super great athlete, but not terrible either. Cranked out 16 bench press reps, which is good, but remember, he's got the super short arms. I could only find him on two major big boards. They had him in the PFF the 6th, CBS the 7th. The aggregate has him in the 5th, though. Pretty good production in the last 2 years. Had almost 1,000 yards on 51 catches last year for Navy. Averaged 18.5 yards per catch, so actually pretty explosive. The versatility is kind of fun. Like, you could see this guy do a little bit of slot receiver, a little bit of running back, a little bit of fullback. I wonder if he could maybe be a little bit of a tight end. He's got great hands. He runs with power. He kind of runs like a running back, so he's able to, like, fall forward and get extra yards. He's got good field vision as well because he kind of sees the field like a running back. So there's some pretty good stuff going on there. Now, the short arms are a problem, and that's kind of whatever position he plays. These are like baby arms. We're talking about like pretty close to historically short arms for a receiver or really pretty much any position. He doesn't look as fast on the field as he is on the track with the 4.44. If you look at the way Navy used him, they really liked using him on stuff like jet sweeps out of their option offense. I don't think that's really going to work in the NFL. I don't think he's fast enough. So a big part of his use case in college is going to get tossed out in the pros for sure, I think. And he's just not a very good athlete. It's going to be hard for him to get open. I don't see him separating very much. So he's fun. I just don't think there's much gas in the tank here. Special teamer, decent bit of offensive value. Best I can say is that he's versatile, but I do like that. So early 5th, I'm down with it. Eric McAlister of TCU is next up here. This guy's pretty, this guy's got some stuff going on here. He's tall, he's he's big. He's lean, though. He's not super heavy or anything. He's got pretty long arms, though. Didn't run at the combine, but, well, you'll see what I'm talking about. The big boards are a little all over. CBS actually really likes him, but the aggregate has him in the late 5th. Had a very good year for TCU last year, almost 1,200 yards, 71 catches, 10 touchdowns. Year before that, averaged 19.5 yards per catch, so he's been productive. And Eric McAlister, he might be tall, he might be a bigger receiver, but he's all about speed. He's got the speed and the height to get people's attention. Like, I think this guy's going to get people's attention just based off his traits. He's a big-time downfield burner. He can make stuff happen on vertical routes. He's got good ball skills. He's able to make adjustments and get to the ball. He's got a big catch radius with his long arms and his height. Now, he does kind of fit into the mold of a receiver that is meant to kind of, for lack of a better term, run the defense off and not necessarily do anything all that well beyond that. He's not a very good route runner, very simple route runner. Even though he's got good size, he does kind of play finesse. Not really a big fan of contact, not really a big fan of contested catches. He does drop a lot of passes as well. And there just isn't much to him other than going to get the long ball, I think, at the NFL level. Like TCU, you can get away with some of that. Not going to be able to get away with it in the NFL. So this is probably going to be one of those guys that's there to run off the defense, and every now and then he can bust a big play, like a Marquez Valdez-Scantling type. And there's definitely a place in the world for a guy like that. I don't think that he'll ever be a stud receiver in this league, but I do think that there is value in a guy who can run off the defense and force the safety to play back. So I'd go early fifth on him. I'm a little bit higher on him than the aggregate, I guess. The production's nice. The production makes you think maybe there's a little bit more here. But to me, he's a guy who's going to be run the defense off, force the safety back, and not a ton else at the NFL level. Final guy for this video is going to be Dejon Stribling. Dejon Stribling of Ole Miss, 23. Good size, over 205 pounds. Arm length is okay. Hands are big. And he tested pretty good. 4.36. This guy can fly. 1.53 is okay. The broad was big. Vert was just okay. And with numbers like that, you can kind of see why PFF has him in the early 4th. Aggregate has him in the late 5th. CBS has him in the 7th, by the way. ESPN has him in about the late 4th. So, little all over, but looking like a day 3 pick. And the guy's been very productive the last 2 years, like 1,700 yards, 107 catches, 12 touchdowns, averaging, almost 16 yards per catch, approximately. So he's been productive. This is not just a talented guy who didn't produce. So he's another speed guy. And these are the guys that I'm paying attention to, because if you need to replace Shaheed, you should be trying to replace Shaheed with speed. So rips downfield on vertical routes, really good at getting open downfield. He's, unlike the last guy we looked at, a little bit more of a physical player. He's able to use his size and strength a little bit better. He can win contested catch situations with that. His combination of size and speed in general are notable. Like, this is something you usually covet a little bit more than a 5th round pick. His release package is also very good. He's got a positive release package overall. His ball skills are really good, and he can line up all over the field. So there's plenty to like with Stribling. Now, he's not necessarily quick. He does need some build-up room to get up to top speed. He's not going to get up to top speed fast. Short area quickness lacks, so he's not a very good route runner. Very simplified with his route running. Needs to continue to improve his willingness to get physical and win through contact. There's some of it here. I do think that he's willing to play physically. He's got to get a little bit better at it. He's going to be a bigger guy. You got to use it a little bit better. So this one's intriguing to me. If he can learn to play a little bit more physically, I think you've got something here. He's a vertical threat, but he's got upside. So 4th round to me, I would put him in the 4th. I like Stribling. I think there's something here a little bit more than what a lot of people are giving it credit for. All right, that's going to do it for this video. Sorry it's so late. See you guys later. Go Hawks. More videos coming tomorrow.